Hi, my name's Emma Freeman, and today we're going to be looking at 3 areas to embed inclusive design in school-based education support online classes. We'll be looking at simple strategies to enhance student experience and outcomes. Online learning is rapidly gaining traction in adult education and attracting an eclectic mix of students. Lowenthal et al. 2020 explain there is no single kind of online student. Students opt for online learning for different reasons, each bringing with them a unique set of learning requirements. In the school-based education support classroom, we encounter a broad spectrum of diversity that needs to be addressed. By incorporating inclusive design approach, we can implement strategies that will benefit all students in the classroom. In this presentation, I will highlight 3 main areas where facilitators can cater to students' diverse needs. These are belonging to an online environment, student expectations within the digital context, and equitable online access. I will provide practical and straightforward strategies for implementing an inclusive design approach to your online classroom within these areas. We need to be aware that belonging can be a significant barrier to online learning. Hertford and Reed 2021 illustrate that some students do not feel like they belong to higher education communities, which in turn affects their persistence, learning outcomes, and ultimately final grades. With high numbers of culturally diverse learners in school-based education support classes, addressing the need for belonging is crucial. We also have a duty to uphold anti-discrimination laws such as the Equal Opportunity Act 2010 to ensure our online classes are free from any type of discrimination. Columbia CTL 2020 offers that the use of breakout rooms can help students feel more connected in online learning. Facilitators often set breakout rooms using the automatic function. However, evidence shows that if we strategically assign student grouping, we see better learning opportunities and outcomes for learners. Lynn 2015 it suggests that EAL students often feel more comfortable being grouped together, especially in the initial stages of their course. As time goes on, mixing these groups up, he explains, can challenge the students to learn from their culturally diverse peers. Carefully pre-assigning and organising student grouping before synchronous sessions will improve session flow and foster a sense of belonging in the classroom. Dulfer et al. 2024 outline how students feel peer-to-peer relationships was central to how they engaged in their studies. Finding different ways to meet online provided motivation and support, generating a sense of community and connection amongst the group. Suggesting to school-based education support students at the beginning of their learning journey to create communication channels such as WhatsApp groups exclusively for students can improve relationship building and cultivate a feeling of belonging. Interestingly, Noltfer et al. 2023 found that students observed characteristics in online teachers such as openness, friendliness, and collegiality, but did not comment on their technical proficiency or lack thereof. We can engage in genuine conversations, taking an interest in the individual students. This can be done informally at the beginning of class, or a more structured approach can be taken with pre-formulated questions to encourage conversation. Horsley 2010 explains that games are a good way to increase fun in the classroom. In school-based education support, a commonly used icebreaker game that translates well to the online platform is 2 truths and a lie. In this game, each student shares 2 true statements about themselves and 1 false statement. The class then guesses which statement is untrue. This activity can be incorporated at the beginning of each lesson, allowing 1 or 2 students to participate by speaking or typing into the chat box. By implementing these strategies, we strengthen communications within the class and we begin to observe students developing a sense of belonging to the online environment. One of the 5 principles set out by Columbia CTL 2020 in their Framework for Inclusive Online Learning explains that establishing clear expectations and ground rules at the beginning of the course ensures that all learners are set up to succeed. Cappunccia and Varay 2021 outline that there is a need to communicate with students early on to set class values and expectations to mitigate any concerns. By involving students in creating classroom expectations, we see a sense of ownership and responsibility towards a positive online environment. One way to do this is to group students into breakout rooms in pairs. Their task is to generate 3 online expectations for the class. Once completed, students pair up to form breakout rooms of 4, where they collectively select their top 3 expectations for the group. This process can be repeated depending on the class size. At the end, you will have a comprehensive list of 3 to 6 classroom expectations that will serve as your class rules for the duration of the course. Commonly used expectations are microphones off when you're not addressing the class, raise your virtual hand if you'd like to contribute, and participate when addressed. One common area of contention in online learning is cameras on or cameras off. Giving students this option is critical. Cameras are a direct window into our personal space, and under the Privacy and Protection Data Act 2014, students have the right to privacy when engaging in education. At the onset of the school-based education support course, providing students with a range of virtual backgrounds to choose from can mitigate this issue, such as the one I'm using today. These can be uploaded onto your LMS for easy access. Alternatively, you can invite students to select a profile picture that personally reflects them, such as a photo of their favourite pet or favourite place. Even if students prefer to keep their cameras off, this approach still fosters a sense of inclusion for each student. Classroom expectations should aim to promote participation, respect, and safety online. With clear expectations set from the start, we understand that students are better positioned to succeed. Equitable access is a barrier that most online students will encounter at some point. Optimal connectivity is a prominent issue in online learning, resulting from economic and social factors, connection impacted by weather, and poor regional accessibility. There are some simple yet effective strategies that facilitators can action to ensure that trainers maintain an inclusive online environment accessible to all students. Martin et al. Explained that recording synchronous online sessions is a way to break down barriers. Popular platforms such as Zoom and Teams both have the function of recording sessions. Your institution's LMS can store the recorded sessions, thus giving students the flexibility to watch the recordings when stable connectivity is available. For facilitators, wearing a headset with quality microphone can assist in the clarity of speech, such as the one I'm wearing in this video. This will also help with the next strategy. So another way to make online learning more accessible is enabling closed captions. Closed captions benefits more than just the visually impaired. Linda 2016 documents that over 44% of students who are either EAL, registered with a disability, have an academic accommodations, or students with difficulty in hearing stated that they often or always use closed captions when available. As you can see from the bottom of my screen right now, Zoom has this function available in their free version. For these same students, over 20% reported that they use transcripts when they're made available. Most online platforms, including Zoom, offer this service. Caponchira and Varay 2021 outline that it is important to use good quality headphones with a microphone when using closed captions and transcripts. This will help with the accuracy and quality of translated voice to text, benefiting the online student. To enhance online learning accessibility, providing asynchronous sessions is beneficial. Rayo 2021 explained that these sessions allow students to prepare and process information. It also permits students to progress at their preferred speed. Martin et al. 2023 reminds us that it is important when planning these sessions we incorporate accessible material. PDFs can be embedded with audio functions such as text-to-speech, assisting not only students with learning difficulties such as dyslexia or dysgraphia, but also our EAL students and those who prefer to learn through auditory means. Another way to make visual presentations more accessible online is to use a font specifically designed for dyslexia. Open Dyslexic is a font created by Abby Gonzalez 2019 and is freely available to download and incorporate into your PowerPoints or other learning material. As you may have noticed, I specifically used the font on this slide only to emphasize the contrast. In summary, Columbia CTL 2020 conclude that accessible access benefits all students, which positions them for future success. Allowing students time to process information when learning online is crucial. So before we summarise, I'd like you to take 2 minutes to reflect on the strategies we have discussed and note down 3 strategies you think you could implement right now in your online classes. So to sum up, here are the strategies for the 3 areas we have discussed. Belonging to an online classroom environment. Remember to use breakout rooms. Be strategic when grouping students online. Offer communication channels such as WhatsApp. Engage in genuine conversation and use icebreaker games. Expectations within the digital context. Remember to establish clear ground rules and expectations. Involve students in creating expectations, provide virtual backgrounds and use of profile pictures. Cameras should be optional. Expectations should promote respect, safety, and participation. And Equity Online, record your online sessions. Wear good quality headphones with a microphone. Enable closed captions. Provide asynchronous sessions. Embed PDFs with text to speech. And remember to use the dyslexic font. Okay, so that concludes today's session. Remember, inclusive design benefits everyone. So don't waste your time. Start today.